Nhl Scramble 2020-2021 season simulation and offseason. Coming out of the draft, there aren't a whole lot of moves that will be made before the season begins, but a few important trades are made. Calgary Flames trade Oliver Kylington and Juuso Valimaki to the Toronto Maple Leafs for Anton Strawman and Timothy Liljegren. Carolina Hurricanes acquire Josh Bailey from the Nashville Predators for Brett Connolly, Dominic Bach, and a second-round pick in 2022. Chicago Blackhawks trade Christian Dvorak and Drake Caggiula to the Edmonton Oilers for Adrian Kempe, Alex Iafallo, and a second-round pick in 2021. New Jersey Devils trade Nolan Foote, Kevin Ball, and Nick Holden to the Winnipeg Jets for Nate Schmidt. This is how the 2020-2021 season plays out. In first place in the Atlantic Division are the Tampa Bay Lightning, followed by the Florida Panthers and Boston Bruins. In first place in the Metropolitan Division are the Carolina Hurricanes, followed by the New Jersey Devils and New York Islanders. The Washington Capitals hold the first wildcard spot in the Eastern Conference, and the Columbus Blue Jackets hold the second wildcard spot in the Eastern Conference. Missing the playoffs in the Eastern Conference are the Toronto Maple Leafs, New York Rangers, Montreal Canadiens, Detroit Red Wings, Philadelphia Flyers, Ottawa Senators, Buffalo Sabres, and Pittsburgh Penguins. In first place in the Central Division are the Colorado Avalanche, followed by the St. Louis Blues and Nashville Predators. In first place in the Pacific Division are the Vancouver Canucks, followed by the LA Kings and Calgary Flames. The Anaheim Ducks hold the first wildcard spot in the Western Conference, and the Arizona Coyotes hold the second wildcard spot in the Western Conference. Missing the playoffs in the Western Conference are the Edmonton Oilers, Dallas Stars, San Jose Sharks, Vegas Golden Knights, Winnipeg Jets, Minnesota Wild, and Chicago Blackhawks. The Carolina Hurricanes beat the Vancouver Canucks in 6 games to win the Stanley Cup. Retirements: Joe Thornton, Dan Hamhuis, Jason Spezza, Mark Stahl, Justin Williams, Louis Eriksson, Justin Abdelkader. Chicago Blackhawks buy out Corey Schneider and Brent Seabrook. Vancouver Canucks buy out Jay Beagle and Anton Roussel. Ottawa Senators buy out Bobby Ryan, and the St. Louis Blues buy out James Neal. Seattle enters the league in 2021. Seattle trades Artem Anisimov and Michael Grabner to the Toronto Maple Leafs for a 3rd-round pick in 2022 and a 5th-round pick in 2023. Eric Hollett and Paul Byron to the Ottawa Senators for a 3rd and a 4th-round pick in 2021. Ilya Samsonov to the Buffalo Sabres for a 2nd-round pick in 2021. Seattle also trades Jamie Oleksiak and Dakota Mermis to the Winnipeg Jets for a 4th-round pick in 2021 and a 6th-round pick in 2022. Rocco Gudis to the Chicago Blackhawks for a 3rd-round pick in 2021. Zach Kassian and Tage Thompson are traded to the Carolina Hurricanes for a 3rd-round pick in 2022 and a 5th-round pick in 2023. Seattle acquires Gabriel Velarde from the LA Kings for Zach Sanford and a 2nd-round pick in 2022. Connor Garland from the Chicago Blackhawks for a 2nd-round pick in 2024, and Brandon Saad from the Philadelphia Flyers for a 2nd-round pick in 2022 and a 3rd-round pick in 2023. This is Seattle's final roster after the expansion draft. First line, Brandon Saad, Gabriel Velarde, Connor Garland. Second line, Blake Coleman, Callie Yarncroc, Dominic Cahoon. Third line, Lawson Krause, Cody Eakin, Danton Heinen. Fourth line, Brandon Tanev, Hendrik Borgstrom, Oscar Sundqvist. First D pair, Alec Martinez, Nikita Zadorov. Second D pair, Adam Pelech, Nikita Zaitsev. Third D pair, Scott Mayfield, Connor Murphy. Goalies are Marc-Andre Fleury and Jonas Korpisalo. This brings us to the 2021 draft. 2021 draft results. Chicago Blackhawks draft Atu Ratti. Pittsburgh Penguins draft Brent Clark. Seattle drafts Luke Hughes. Minnesota Wild draft Chaz Lucius. Ottawa Senators draft Kent Johnson. Buffalo Sabres draft Owen Power. Winnipeg Jets draft Carson Lambos. Philadelphia Flyers draft Fabian Lysell. Detroit Red Wings draft Dylan Guenther. San Jose Sharks draft Zachary Bolduc. Vegas Golden Knights draft Matthew Beniers. Montreal Canadiens draft Daniil Chaika. Dallas Stars draft Cole Sillinger. New York Rangers draft Isaac Boliveau. Toronto Maple Leafs draft Jesper Wallstedt. Edmonton Oilers draft Zachary Laharreau. Columbus Blue Jackets draft Mason McTavish. Washington Capitals draft Aiden Harashchuk. Arizona Coyotes draft Sasha Pastrujov. Anaheim Ducks draft Logan Stankoven. Nashville Predators draft Ryder Horchak. Boston Bruins draft Francesco Pinelli. St. Louis Blues draft Simon Edvinsson. Calgary Flames draft Isaac Rosen. Florida Panthers draft Joshua Waugh. LA Kings draft Corey Ceulemans. New Jersey Devils draft Samu Tuomala. New York Islanders draft Cameron Wynot. Colorado Avalanche draft Stanislav Svozil. Tampa Bay Lightning draft Jeremy Wilmer. Vancouver Canucks draft Xavier Bourgault. And the Carolina Hurricanes draft James Malasesta. Many major trades are made, that will change the landscape of the league. Boston Bruins trade Jacob Zaboral, Trent Frederick, and a second-round pick in 2024 to the LA Kings for Tanner Pearson and a first-round pick in 2024. Buffalo Sabres acquire Dominic Kubalik from the Nashville Predators for Rasmus Asplund and a second-round pick in 2024. Carolina Hurricanes trade Josh Bailey, Isaac Lundestrom, and a first-round pick in 2022 to the New York Rangers for William Karlsson and Keandre Miller. Chicago Blackhawks trade Adrian Kempe and Alex Iafallo to the Calgary Flames for Sam Bennett and a second-round pick in 2023. Chicago Blackhawks also acquire Shane Gostisbehere from the New York Islanders for a first-round pick in 2024. Columbus Blue Jackets trade Henri Jokiharju to Seattle for Connor Murphy, Lawson Krause, and a second-round pick in 2022. Edmonton Oilers trade Riley Smith to the Florida Panthers for Arturi Lehkonen, Saron Noel, Alexei Heponiemi, and a conditional second-round pick in 2022. If the Panthers win the Stanley Cup, the second-round pick becomes a first-round pick. LA Kings trade Nick Suzuki, Jared Anderson-Dolan, Blake Lizotte, and a second-round pick in 2022 to the Winnipeg Jets for Dylan Strome and Jake DeBrusk. Minnesota Wild trade Justin Falk to the Dallas Stars for Pierre-Olivier Joseph, Riley Tufte, and a first-round pick in 2022. Minnesota Wild trade Matt Zuccarello to the Columbus Blue Jackets for Matisse Kavlenieks, Jacob Christensen, and a third-round pick in 2024. Montreal Canadiens acquire Andy Green from the San Jose Sharks for a third-round pick in 2022. Nashville Predators trade Evander Kane to the Washington Capitals for Maxime Comtois, Lucas Johansson, and a first-round pick in 2023. Carolina Hurricanes trade Tyler Johnson and Frank Vetrano to the Nashville Predators for Maxime Comtois, Ilya Tolvanen, and a second-round pick in 2022. New Jersey Devils trade Ryan Hartman, Rudolph Balkers, and a second-round pick in 2023 to the Florida Panthers for Kasperi Kapanen. New York Rangers trade Jacob Silfverberg to the Detroit Red Wings for Michael Rasmussen and a second-round pick in 2022. Ottawa Senators trade Tyler Johnson and Josh Norris to the Philadelphia Flyers for Jonathan Drouin, Scott Laughton, and a first-round pick in 2024. Ottawa Senators trade Eric Hall and Jason Dickinson to the Anaheim Ducks for Benoit Olivier Gould and a third-round pick in 2025. Ottawa Senators trade Rudolph Balkers and Alex Formenton to the New Jersey Devils for Michael McLeod and Nathan Bastian. Ottawa Senators trade Artem Zub and Nathan Bastian to the San Jose Sharks for Nikolai Nizov and a third-round pick in 2023. Pittsburgh Penguins acquire Timothy Liljegren and Andrew Mangiapane from the Calgary Flames for Marcus Sorensen and a first-round pick in 2023. Seattle trades Marc-Andre Fleury to the Pittsburgh Penguins for Casey DeSmith and a second-round pick in 2023. If the Penguins make the playoffs, the second-round pick becomes a first-round pick. San Jose Sharks trade Phil Kessel and Jacob Vrana to the New Jersey Devils for Rasmus Kupari and a first-round pick in 2023. Tampa Bay Lightning trade JT Miller to the Philadelphia Flyers for Liam Foudy, Morgan Frost, and a second-round pick in 2023. Toronto Maple Leafs trade Vitaly Kravtsov and Juuso Valimaki to the Columbus Blue Jackets for a first-round pick in 2024. Toronto Maple Leafs trade Philip Grubauer to the Minnesota Wild for Marcus Hogberg, Nico Sturm, and a second-round pick in 2022. If the Wild make the playoffs, the second-round pick becomes a first-round pick. Vancouver Canucks trade Michael DiPietro to the Montreal Canadiens for Josh Brooks. Winnipeg Jets trade Charlie Coyle to the Vegas Golden Knights for Jimmy Scholl, Jake Virtanen, and a second-round pick in 2024. Carolina Hurricanes trade Joel Edmundson to the Colorado Avalanche for a third-round pick in 2024. Dallas Stars acquire Adam Lowry from the Chicago Blackhawks for a third-round pick in 2023 and a fifth-round pick in 2024. New Jersey Devils acquire Troy Stecher from the Vancouver Canucks for a third-round pick in 2024. New York Rangers trade Carl Soderberg to the LA Kings for a fourth-round pick in 2024 and a sixth-round pick in 2025. Pittsburgh Penguins trade Radek Simic to the Detroit Red Wings for a third-round pick in 2022. Toronto Maple Leafs trade Michael Grabner to the Arizona Coyotes for a third-round pick in 2023. Seattle acquires Matisse Kavlenieks from the Minnesota Wild for a fourth-round pick in 2024 and a fifth-round pick in 2025. Vancouver Canucks trade Nikolai Goudobin to the Montreal Canadiens for a second-round pick in 2024. Winnipeg Jets trade Carter Hutton to the Montreal Canadiens for a fifth-round pick in 2023. Minnesota Wild re-signed Philip Grubauer to a 4-year deal worth $4.5 million per season. 2021 free agent signings. Arizona Coyotes signed Tyler Bozak, Ryan Dzingel, and Pierre-Edouard Bellemare. Buffalo Sabres signed Patrick Nemeth and Dylan Gambrell. Chicago Blackhawks signed Thomas Tatar and Brian Elliott. Colorado Avalanche signed Matthew Perreault and Riley Nash. Dallas Stars signed Paul Stastny, Brent Seabrook, and Malcolm Subban. Detroit Red Wings signed Nikita Gusev, Derek Ryan, and Braden Coburn. Edmonton Oilers signed Jonathan Bernier and Brian Boyle. Florida Panthers signed David Krejci and Matt Nieto. Minnesota Wild signed Justin Braun and Ilya Kovalchuk. New York Islanders signed Chris Russell and Dylan DeMello. New York Rangers signed Alec Martinez and Magnus Hagberg. Ottawa Senators signed Valtteri Filppula, Jake McCabe, and Mike Amadio. San Jose Sharks signed James Reimer, Jordan Martinook, and Brad Richardson. St. Louis Blues signed Alex Edler and Andrew Cogliano. Tampa Bay Lightning signed Jeff Petrie, Jake Allen, and Jamie Oleksiak. Toronto Maple Leafs signed Anders Nilsson and Michael Rothwell. Vancouver Canucks signed Robbie Fabry and Blake Como. Vegas Golden Knights signed Cam Talbot, Vinny Hinostroza, and Corey Perry. Winnipeg Jets signed Darren Helm, Zach Bogosian, and Jordan Wheel. Anaheim Ducks signed Andrew Kopp. Boston Bruins signed Jordy Ben. Carolina Hurricanes signed Nick Bonino. Calgary Flames signed Bobby Ryan. LA Kings signed Antti Ranta. Montreal Canadiens signed Matt Calvert. Nashville Predators signed Corey Schneider. Philadelphia Flyers signed Noah Juleson. Pittsburgh Penguins signed Justin Applecater. Seattle signs James Neal. And the Washington Capitals signed Dmitry Kulikov. Players who don't appear on this list of free agents are re-signed by their current teams. All RFAs are re-signed by their current teams. In the next episode of this series, I simulate the 2021-2022 season and make some more off-season moves.